When it comes to transforming a lean frame into a muscular defined physique, most people rush to protein powders, training hacks, or calorie surpluses. But what if I told you that a single micronutrient, one that nearly half the population is deficient in, could dramatically shift your muscle building capacity? That vitamin is vitamin D. Often mislabeled as just a bone health supplement, vitamin D is actually a hormone-like molecule that regulates over 1,000 genes in the human body. Its influence on skeletal muscle growth, recovery, and strength is profound. What's most fascinating is its direct role in optimizing testosterone levels, neuromuscular function, and inflammatory response. 3 levers essential to going from skinny to shredded. Vitamin D receptors are found in muscle tissue, and research shows that adequate levels enhance protein synthesis and satellite cell activation, both critical for hypertrophy. When vitamin D levels are low, even with proper training and nutrition, muscle protein breakdown outpaces synthesis. The result? You hit a wall in growth. Sunlight exposure, especially early in the day, is the natural trigger for vitamin D synthesis. But due to lifestyle, geography, and even skin tone, many are deficient year-round. Supplementing smartly, not excessively, can elevate your serum levels into an optimal range, generally 40-60 mg/ml, to unlock full anabolic potential. This isn't hype, it's physiology. To transform your frame, you must go beyond macronutrients and training. Sometimes the missing piece isn't more effort, it's the right signal to your biology. Vitamin D might just be that signal. When discussing how to transform a skinny physique into a shredded, muscular one, it's essential to approach the topic through the lens of biology and physiology. The body's ability to build muscle is a complex interplay of genetic expression, hormonal balance, cellular function, and nutrient availability. At the heart of this process lies the crucial role of micronutrients, vitamins and minerals that act as catalysts and regulators in countless biochemical pathways. One vitamin in particular stands out for its multifaceted impact on muscle growth and strength. This vitamin functions more like a hormone than a traditional nutrient. It binds to specific receptors found throughout the body, including muscle tissue, and influences the expression of hundreds of genes related to muscle development, repair, and metabolism. Understanding muscle hypertrophy, the increase in muscle size, requires recognizing the balance between protein synthesis, building muscle, and protein breakdown, muscle degradation. This vitamin helps tip the balance towards synthesis by activating satellite cells, which are essential for muscle repair and growth after resistance training. Without adequate levels of this vitamin, the muscle's ability to recover and grow is compromised, regardless of training intensity or protein intake. Additionally, this vitamin plays a critical role in regulating hormone production, including testosterone, which is vital for muscle development. Testosterone enhances muscle protein synthesis, increases strength, and supports recovery. Low levels of this vitamin have been linked to reduced testosterone, which can blunt the anabolic response necessary for transforming a skinny frame. Another key physiological mechanism influenced by this vitamin is inflammation regulation. Muscle growth requires a carefully orchestrated inflammatory response, enough to stimulate repair, but not so much that it causes chronic damage. This vitamin modulates the immune system to maintain this balance, enabling efficient recovery and growth. Furthermore, the vitamin synthesis in the body is triggered by exposure to sunlight, integrating environmental factors into the biology of muscle transformation. Many modern lifestyles limit this natural synthesis, leading to widespread deficiency that hampers muscle development. In essence, by framing muscle transformation through the science of cellular biology, gene regulation, and hormonal interplay, it becomes clear that optimizing this vitamin is a foundational step, is not merely a supplement. It is a pivotal biological signal that unlocks the body's inherent potential for muscle growth. Understanding this scientific framing shifts the focus from superficial quick fixes to deep systemic change. In the vast world of fitness and muscle building, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the sheer number of supplements, diets, and training programs available. Often people fall into the trap of chasing multiple solutions simultaneously, adding protein powders, creatine, branched-chain amino acids, and a dozen other products in the hope that combining them will yield faster results. However, this scattergun approach frequently leads to confusion, wasted resources, and inconsistent outcomes. What if the true key to transforming a lean, skinny frame into a shredded physique lies in optimizing just one single variable? Focusing on one foundational element allows for clarity, precision, and measurable progress. This approach is grounded in the understanding that muscle growth is a biological process driven by specific signaling pathways and hormonal environments. Among the many nutrients that influence these processes, one particular vitamin emerges as a powerful, singular focus with outsized effects. By concentrating efforts on this one vitamin, known for its hormone-like properties and widespread influence on gene expression, you can directly impact the core mechanisms essential to muscle growth. This vitamin regulates testosterone levels, improves neuromuscular coordination, reduces muscle inflammation, and supports recovery. Optimizing it removes a critical bottleneck that often limits progress, especially in individuals who struggle to gain muscle despite adequate training and nutrition. The advantage of focusing on a single variable is also practical. Instead of juggling multiple supplements with varying effects and potential side effects, targeting this vitamin simplifies your routine. It reduces guesswork and highlights the importance of tracking a specific biomarker, vitamin levels in the blood, to ensure you are in the optimal range for muscle growth. Furthermore, because this vitamin status can be influenced by simple lifestyle changes like safe sun exposure or measured supplementation, it's accessible for most people. This makes it an ideal starting point before layering on additional strategies. In essence, the single variable focus offers a powerful lens to approach muscle transformation. Rather than dispersing attention and resources, it provides a clear, scientifically grounded target. By honing in on this one vitamin, individuals can unlock a foundational piece of the muscle building puzzle, setting the stage for more effective training and nutrition strategies to follow. This streamlined focus is not just efficient, it's transformative. One of the most valuable aspects of understanding the role of this particular vitamin in muscle transformation is that it leads to clear, actionable insights. Knowing that this vitamin profoundly influences muscle growth, recovery, and hormone regulation is important. But what truly matters is how you can apply this knowledge to your daily routine for real-world results. First and foremost, assessing your current status is essential. Unlike macronutrients, which can be adjusted based on visible outcomes and training progress, vitamin levels require specific testing. A simple blood test can measure the concentration of this vitamin in your system, allowing you to identify if you are deficient, sufficient, or within the optimal range. This objective data serves as the foundation for making informed decisions about supplementation and lifestyle changes. Once you know your levels, the next step is to optimize them. For many, the easiest and most natural way to boost this vitamin is through controlled sun exposure. The body synthesizes it when skin is exposed to ultraviolet B, UVB, rays from sunlight. Spending about 15 to 30 minutes outdoors in the morning or early afternoon, depending on your skin type, geographic location, and season, can significantly increase production. It's important to balance sun exposure to avoid skin damage while maximizing vitamin synthesis. When sunlight alone is insufficient, supplementation becomes a practical and effective strategy. Choosing a high-quality form of this vitamin and taking it consistently can raise serum levels into the range that supports muscle hypertrophy and recovery. It's critical to avoid excessive dosing, as very high levels can cause negative side effects. Therefore, following recommended dosages and rechecking blood levels after a few months ensures safety and effectiveness. Another actionable insight relates to timing. Some studies suggest that taking this vitamin with meals containing healthy fats can enhance its absorption, given that it is fat-soluble Incorporating supplementation into your routine alongside a balanced diet not only aids absorption but also supports overall health. Finally, consistent tracking and adjustment are key. Just as training intensity or protein intake may require periodic reassessment, so too should your vitamin status. Monitoring how your body responds over weeks and months allows you to fine-tune your approach, ensuring that this foundational nutrient remains optimized to support muscle growth. In summary, transforming your physique is not just about willpower. It's about making smart, evidence-based choices. Testing, sensible sun exposure, targeted supplementation, and thoughtful timing come together to create a practical roadmap for unlocking the muscle-building potential of this vital nutrient. Understanding muscle growth requires more than just focusing on muscle fibers and calories. It involves a deep dive into the neuroendocrine system, the complex interaction between the nervous system and hormones that governs muscle function and development. This vitamin plays a crucial role in modulating the system, acting as a key regulator that links neurological signals with endocrine responses, essential for muscle hypertrophy and strength. At the hormonal level, this vitamin significantly influences the production and regulation of testosterone, a primary anabolic hormone responsible for muscle growth. Testosterone enhances protein synthesis, increases muscle fiber size, and supports recovery from training stress. Low levels of this vitamin have been consistently associated with reduced testosterone, which can blunt muscle building efforts even when training and nutrition are optimal. By maintaining adequate levels, the vitamin supports a hormonal environment conducive to muscle growth and repair. Beyond hormones, this vitamin also affects neuromuscular function, the communication between nerves and muscles that enables movement, coordination, and strength. The vitamin's receptors are present in motor neurons and muscle cells, influencing how efficiently signals travel from the nervous system to muscle tissue. Efficient neuromuscular communication enhances muscle contraction, strength, and coordination, which translates into better performance during resistance training and more effective muscle recruitment. Additionally, this vitamin modulates inflammation and immune response within muscle tissue. After intense exercise, controlled inflammation is necessary for muscle repair and adaptation. This vitamin helps regulate this inflammatory response, ensuring it supports recovery rather than causing excessive damage or chronic inflammation that can impair growth. This neuroendocrine interplay means that the vitamin's role extends beyond just fueling muscles. It orchestrates the communication and hormonal signals that make muscle growth possible. Deficiency disrupts this delicate balance, leading to weaker signals, reduced hormone levels, and impaired muscle function. In practical terms, optimizing this vitamin ensures the nervous system and endocrine system work in harmony to maximize muscle strength, size, and recovery. It highlights why simply lifting weights and eating protein isn't always enough. Your body's internal communication systems must be primed to respond effectively. In summary, the neuroendocrine connection emphasizes that muscle growth is a systemic process. This vitamin acts as a crucial bridge linking nervous and hormonal systems, making it an indispensable factor in transforming a skinny frame into a shredded physique. In an industry often saturated with exaggerated claims and quick fix promises, it is vital to ground any discussion about muscle transformation in evidence-based science rather than hype. The role of this particular vitamin in muscle growth is supported by a substantial body of rigorous research spanning cellular biology, endocrinology, and clinical studies, making it a scientifically validated factor, not just a trendy supplement. Numerous peer-reviewed studies have demonstrated that adequate levels of this vitamin correlate strongly with improvements in muscle strength, size, and functional performance. For example, clinical trials have shown that individuals deficient in this vitamin tend to experience reduced muscle mass, slower recovery, and diminished physical performance. Conversely, supplementing those with low levels consistently results in measurable gains in muscle function and hormonal balance, particularly testosterone levels, which are crucial for anabolic processes. At the cellular level, research has elucidated mechanisms by which this vitamin influences muscle tissue. It regulates gene expression related to muscle protein synthesis and activates satellite cells responsible for repairing and growing muscle fibers. These findings come from controlled laboratory studies using both animal models and human tissue samples, providing a biological basis for observed improvements in muscle hypertrophy. Importantly, this evidence does not exist in isolation. It is corroborated by large-scale epidemiological data showing widespread deficiency of this vitamin in populations worldwide, particularly in regions with limited sun exposure. These deficiencies align with increased rates of muscle weakness, frailty, and poor physical performance, highlighting the public health implications beyond just aesthetics. The scientific community is careful to emphasize that while this vitamin plays a critical role, it is not a magic bullet. Optimal muscle growth still requires adequate nutrition, consistent training, and recovery. However, ignoring or overlooking vitamin deficiency can limit the effectiveness of these foundational pillars. The focus on evidence-based information also extends to safe and effective dosing. Clinical guidelines recommend testing and tailored supplementation rather than indiscriminate high-dose use that may carry risks. This careful approach underscores the importance of balancing enthusiasm with scientific caution. In conclusion, the strength of the data supporting this vitamin's role in transforming a skinny physique to shredded muscle is robust and multifaceted. By relying on peer-reviewed research and clinical evidence rather than hype, individuals can make informed decisions that maximize their muscle building potential safely and effectively. This commitment to science is what ultimately separates effective strategies from mere marketing claims. In summary, transforming a skinny frame into a shredded muscular physique is not just about more training or protein. It's about unlocking the right biological signals within your body. This single vitamin acts as a powerful hormone-like regulator that influences muscle growth, hormone balance, neuromuscular function, and recovery. By focusing on optimizing this one critical nutrient through testing, sensible sun exposure, and thoughtful supplementation, you provide your body with the foundation it needs to build muscle efficiently. Grounded in solid scientific evidence, this approach moves beyond hype and guesswork, offering a clear, actionable path to real transformation. Remember, muscle growth is a systemic process, and addressing this key vitamin ensures your body's internal systems are aligned to support your goals. Embrace this knowledge, take control of your biology, and watch your physique evolve from skinny to shredded.